All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I am hoping that you guys are having a good day. So far, you're ready to do this upper body strength and conditioning workout. Okay, so let's do this. In terms of equipment for today, I have my 8-pound dumbbells, my loop bands. I am wearing shoes and a jacket because it's kind of cold out. But we are going to be doing some high impact stuff at the end of the workout. So you will most likely want some supportive footwear if you're going to be joining me on that jumping stuff. Of course, I have low impact options for you guys. And in addition to this equipment here, you can use your anchored bands, your TRXs, or household items, a towel, pretty much anything that you have on hand, grab it, bring it out, and we are going to use it. So starting with our warm-up, we do not need any equipment, just our body, some space. We're gonna stick our arms out to the sides and swing them forward and backward, over and under, alternating up and down, going through 20 of these total. And this is the first one, standing up nice and tall, breathing through this one, going pretty quick through these, and just trying to get all that fluid released in our shoulders, get them moving before we start this stuff. It's the goal of this warm-up. So once you guys are done, about 20 of those, we will relax our arms down by our sides. We're going to take one arm and try to circle it as big as we can go in one direction. And I'll take 5 rotations with this one arm. We'll snap, crackle, pop, trying to make that circle as big as I can. And you'll probably feel as you go through these circles that you'll be able to get up and do 5 back the other way. I feel like this camera is kind of aimed down a little bit. Okay, so we're going through just this one arm, other arm is relaxing, 5 and 5, and then we'll switch and do that same thing on the other side here. You might find that one side is a little bit more mobile than the other, a little easier to move. Just work it as much as you can, depending on what you got going on. Most likely doing this. Probably haven't done much before this. So we'll ease ourselves into these circles, going through 5 each direction. Once you guys are done, you can roll out your shoulders a couple times backwards. The next one we're going to do is all about our neck. So we're going to be very careful with this because this is a sensitive area. So the first thing is tucking our chin down, just so that we're feeling a little bit of tension in the back of our neck. It shouldn't be like overly stretched, just slightly tense. So tuck the chin in. And then we're going to rotate and bring our ear down to our shoulder. Same idea though, we don't want to go too far, just so that we're feeling some tension down the side of the neck here. And I'll slowly rotate, kind of finding that tension, bringing it now to the front of my neck, over to the side, and then I'll be back to the center, and I will stop and do that same thing back in the other direction. So I'll go through this very controlled. I don't even really like talking when I do this because I've done this too fast before, and I've done, someone's talked to me and I've kind of turned and I've actually came to my neck. So just be really careful with it. That's why we're being very easy on that tension. Okay, so next one, on the way down to the floor, you guys can circle out your wrists a couple times one way, a couple times the other, as we bring ourselves down onto the floor, so we fall over, into our all 4 positions. We want to be in this quad position here with our shoulders stacked over top of our wrists, our hips stacked over top of our knees. Don't worry too much about what's happening with your feet, whatever's comfortable. I like to kind of relax my feet down like this. Taking one hand, we'll reach it through, and then exhale and open up and try to follow that hand with our eyes, hopefully seeing the ceiling right above ourselves. And then I will close that, reach through to this other side, trying to keep this arm straight. I know you guys can't quite see that, it's a little bit cut off there. So we'll try to keep that arm straight, and then we'll exhale and rotate up, and we'll do 10 of these per side. So we'll inhale as we go through, and then exhale 10. I'll feet up the side, trying to do the same thing. So we're trying our best to move through our mid-back, lower back, upper back, not so much our hips. So we shouldn't have any shifting or moving happening in our legs and our lower body, just focusing on that upper back and your spine area, which is what this one is all about, is mobilizing and warming up those back muscles and everything to do with your back, your spine, all of it. 10 and 10. Once you're done, don't go anywhere because the next one stays down here. We're going to do our scapula retraction, where we're trying to pull the shoulder blades together. and then protraction, where we're trying to spread the shoulder blades apart. So 10 reps total, looking for movement only through our upper back. And I know I'm kind of wearing this hoodie a little bit here, but it's cold still, it's gonna stay on. But we're trying to move through the shoulder blades, not bend the elbows. So this one can be a little bit tricky, although this is the easiest position I have found for most people to do this in and to figure this out in. So we'll go through 10 reps total and trying to just move through our upper back. All right. Okay. Day 2 of testing our app. We have our upper body loaded in. Super exciting stuff. Okay, so as you guys come to an end on that one, stand yourself up to the top and grab some water if you would like. Shake it out. We're going to get you guys going on the first exercise. It's a single exercise today, and it is push-ups. Yay, probably saw that coming. So we're following a specific time format for these push-ups today. We're going to be doing EMOM, which is an acronym, because y'all know I love acronyms, for every minute on the minute. So I'm going to give you guys a specific rep range, which is going to be 3 to 5 reps. And every time this timer beeps, which is going to be every minute on the minute, you are going to complete your reps. So you might complete 3, you might complete 5, but we do not want to get any more than that. Now, for some of us, for most of us, that's going to be pretty challenging because when you're running off a timer, those 5 reps doesn't take us a long time, but the remainder of the time that we have within that minute is our rest period, which we are definitely going to need because those reps are going to be really challenging. And then when the timer beeps, we have to do it again without taking any additional rest. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I feel like I kind of explained that twice in 2 different ways, but anyways, it will make sense as we go on this timer. So what we're going to do right now is go through our first set of push-ups and kind of set the standard for ourselves. So I want you guys to get down into your push-up position while I just make sure we have our set timer, and we're going to see how we feel doing 3 to 5 push-ups, okay? So let's get down there. This is going to be considered like our warm-up set, so don't stress yourself out if it's a little easier than it should be. That's completely fine. I'm also just gonna move my mat slightly away from the wall so I have a bit more space. So we'll get ourselves into this full plank position with our hands a little bit wider than our shoulders. If you need a reminder on your tummy, align the hands with the bra line. Give yourself about 2 to 3 inches of space between your hand and your chest, and then push yourself up to the top. So once you guys are up here, we'll go through our first set doing 3 to 5 push-ups, okay? So I'll get you guys to go through that right now and see how those feel. So if you are a push-up aficionado, then you are definitely going to be doing 5 reps, and you're also going to be doing something to make those 5 more challenging. So we can do a slow eccentric, which is the slow down phase of the rep. As we lower ourselves down, we can take like a 3 to 5 second lowering phase on those reps, or you can add a pause. So we can come down and actually hold the rep at the bottom and then exhale and push ourselves up. So you are in control of both of those things. So I want you guys to, of course, challenge yourself. You're going to find out really quick how this feels when we're doing it on a timer on this in this EMOM style. So timer is set. We are going to get you guys started going through 5 sets total of these push-ups. Okay, so you can do again 3 or 5. I want you to stay consistent through all of your sets. Okay, so you just had an opportunity down there to feel how that felt. Can you do that 5 more times? We're going to find out with this timer, okay? Are you ready? Starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So our first set is off. Let's do it. So for me, I'm getting pretty good at my push-ups. I've been practicing these, so I'm going to do 5 reps with a pause at the bottom of 1, 2, 3, and then I'll push up. And then 1, 2, 3, and then I'll push up. And we'll go through, again, either 3. So if I found that was hard enough, I'll stop right there. Maybe I'll push out 2 more of those with that same pause, or maybe you're not leaving the pause because it's too hard, whatever it is. Once you're done your reps, you're resting, okay? So if you want to stay down here, that's okay. If you don't like kneeling, I get that. You can take a knee like this, or you can actually stand up and like, woo, ponder your life, grab water. But in 10 seconds, you have to get back down there and do your second set, okay? This is second of 5. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and back down you go for your second set, where you're going to repeat exactly what you did on the first set. So if I did my 3 there, with that 3-second pause at the bottom, that is exactly what I'm going to try to do right now, okay? Try my very best. You'll definitely be able to do it for this set, maybe the next one, okay? Then you might get a bit tired, but use that exhale. Try your best to breathe out of that push-up because it helps a lot. Okay. Woohoo! Something is in my eye. Okay. So again, we are 20 seconds left on this second minute. So you guys, once you are done your set of push-ups, you're resting. Okay, you're doing whatever you want to do. Just not doing push-ups. And then we are going through our third set. And you guys are 3, 2, 1. Get down there, and here we go. Set number 3, doing it up just as strong as those first 2. So we'll try to do the exact same thing that we did, repeating it as strong as we can. Good job, you guys. So these lower rep ranges are a great opportunity for you to work on your technique, trying to make your form as perfect as possible, as feeling as good as possible is the most important. Reps, all of these things are you making progress in your push-ups. And so you guys have, again, 20 seconds left here. So slightly shaking it out. And so by exposing you to these lower rep ranges, kind of cutting the rest a little bit shorter today, we're just kind of focusing on these sets of push-ups. This is the stuff that's really going to help you guys improve. But the most important thing to help you improve as well is your consistency in your sets. Okay, so here we go again. Set number 4. You guys have 2 more to do this one. 1 more, and then we are done the push-ups. I'm talking done for today. Okay, no sneaky ones at the end. Although I do have a little option for them, but no prescribed ones. All right, so set number 4. Here we go. Now on the flip side, I don't presume this is going to be most of us, but some of us might be feeling this way. You might do your 3 or do your 5, and you might feel like it was kind of easy, and maybe you're getting a little bit antsy to start your next set. If that's the case, then well, maybe you want to make them a little bit harder. Okay, so what I would recommend to do is to keep the same amount of reps and just simply add more time under tension. So add more time going down in the rep or holding at the bottom. And you can even do a little mix of both of those things if you really want to go with a bang. Okay, you guys have 1 more set starting in 3, 2, and here we go, last one. So let's do it. Now I challenge you guys for this last minute, just do as many as you can. Okay, so throw your rep range out the window. Okay, get your 3 or get your 5. Do them the same. Okay, and then once you're done, you'll have some time left. And I want you to see if you can crank out some more push-ups. Okay, they don't have to be with the slow, with the pause, especially those of you who are really challenging yourself to that time and tension situation. Try to just go through them. When you can't do them anymore, we can lower ourselves, use our knees on the way up, and keep going. You guys have 20 seconds left, so we'll see if we can just literally push through with our push-ups through the last 10 seconds. Let's go, let's go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. And you guys are done the push-ups. Nice work. So you can stand yourself up. Whoop, 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 walk it up. Grab yourself some water, if you would like. We are going to move on to the next part, which is all about our back muscles. We're going to do some rows on rows. Now, for these rows, TRXs, if you guys have your anchored bands attached somewhere and you want to pull those guys in, those are 2 great options that I cannot show you because I do not have it set up for. But if you want to use them, bring them out, set them up. We're going to be going through 10 reps of a 1-arm row, and we're supersetting it with 15 reps of a double arm row. And I'm so sorry, you guys, but I just realized my computer randomly just power dipped. You know how it just does that? It's like 40%, and then suddenly it's like 10% and you just don't know if it's just going to shut off, we are plugged in. Okay, so single arm rows. We're going to start off with these. Now, you guys know I'm always talking about how I have a, by the way, I'm warm. I'm always talking about how I have a sensitive lower back. So I'm constantly in the back of my head assessing exercises and assessing kind of supersets and combinations of exercises for them to not make me feel my lower back and make me feel it after the workout, so not stress this too much. So what I'm going to do is do a one-arm supported row. So I'm going to be using the support of my hand on my leg, dumbbells in my hand. If I don't have dumbbells, you can grab a band and put it around your foot. And then we're going to pull in and go through our one-arm row, keeping our palm facing inward like this, 10 reps per side. Okay, so this is the one we're going to start with. Now again, if you have TRXs, if you have anchored bands, TRXs are standing, y'all know the drill. Anchored bands, you can even do from a half kneeling position if you would like. Let's start with these ones, and then we'll talk about the other ones that we're doing with this. Now, because this is a back exercise, very strong muscles back there, I'm going to double up my dumbbells, making a 16-pound dumbbell. So whatever you're using, whether it's the bands or the dumbbells, we'll hold in whatever side we're going to start with. Stand nice and tall, shoulder width apart of the feet, soft knees. We'll push the hips back behind us, so we're hinging the hips. And then I'm going to take the leg with the arm that's holding the weight and send it back behind me. So I'm sort of in like a lunge position, you guys can see. And then this hand, I want support for my core, for my lower back. So I'm going to place it on my leg, and I shall pull this weight in and go through 10 reps where I'm working this back muscle, the side of my back, trying to pull my shoulder behind my ear. And again, I'm using the weight of my arm to put on my leg to support that core. Also pulling that belly button in. And let's do it. 10 reps over here. So what's happening with your back foot, you can either be up on the toe, have your foot down. It doesn't really matter. It's mostly what's comfortable. I like to be high on my toe like this. That was definitely more than 10. And we'll switch and do the same thing on the other side. So whatever you guys did over there, you will bring and do on the other side. Okay. So if you want to just switch the dumbbell in your hand, or you can put it down, reset up on this side here, and then we'll go through our 10. Okay. So let's get those in. Once you guys are done that, we have 15 reps of a neutral grip row. So I'm going to use my dumbbells again, holding one in each hand. I'm also going to add a band around my wrists because these dumbbells are not the heaviest for rows, so I want to make them more challenging. So I'm going to add a little bit more work for my shoulders and my back muscles by taking a light band, my nice light yellow one, and I'll put it around my wrist like this. Now holding both dumbbells in the hands, and then we'll get into a bent over position again and pull in our band and or dumbbells, going through 15 reps total. So again, if you're TRXing it, you're holding on to both, pulling your body in, maybe walking your feet a little bit lower than you had them on the one-arm row. If you're using anchored band, same idea. We can either stagger our stance, stay in that half kneeling, and then just pull it in, going through 15 reps total. So let's get it on this first set. Now, because we are combining two back-focused exercises, we are going to take some rest before we complete our next 3 sets, because you guys are doing 4 rounds total. So once you're done, we're going to take about 30, 45 seconds, keeping it under a minute of rest, and then we will complete our next set and repeat that 3 more times total. And again, we're doing that so that we can have stronger sets, because you're most likely going to be quite tired by the time you finish off your double arm rows. Okay, so again, and or with the band, some of us don't have dumbbells. And if that's the case, you most likely have a band, maybe you have a towel, something to hold in your hands down here so we can pull in. Whatever you're holding, most important is that we're actually feeling our back muscles, okay? Not necessarily the ones like between our shoulder blades, although you might feel them. We're trying to think and feel these ones, your lats, the ones that run down like the sides, your upper back here. those are the ones we want to feel. So sometimes thinking about it and seeing that helps us, because it helps you kind of visualize it and actually focus on it in the set. So let's take this into our next set. Again, trying to feel down the sides of our back on both of these variations. So you'll most likely be able to feel it a lot more on the double arm rows, because by the time you get there, you've already done all those single arm ones. And so you're already kind of working it back there and fatiguing those muscles, and so it's just easier to feel. So let's do it. Going into our second set, when you guys are ready, if you have not started already. Again, if you're using bands, we can have band around opposite foot, and then the same setup going through the rows. Now for this kind of row, I would definitely want to use a stronger band, because, well, number one, I have snapped these bands before doing something like this, or like a leg exercise with a light band. And number two, this is not the most resistant, so I'm not going to get the most work on my back. Whereas if I use like this blue one, or maybe even use both of them together, that's going to be a lot more challenging. And remember, we're only doing 10 reps per side on those single arm rows. There it is. Good job, you guys. All right, so we'll get you going on in the second set. We have 2 more after this. 1, 3, and then 4. Okay. Nice work, you guys. All right, so we'll read through this. Yes, the rows, the back. Okay. So yes, again, like I was saying, lower back, it is going to be working in both of these. Whenever we're in a bent over position, the core and your lower back muscles, all of this is working because gravity is pulling our upper body down. We're trying to maintain this nice position in our back. So we have to use this, or else we would just be like flopped over like this. And I know you're not. I know you're standing up tall. So this is working, which is why we're combining one with support. So especially you, this is really only applies to those of you who are doing bent over rows. Supported with a non-supported, okay? But don't be surprised if you do feel some work happening down there, okay? But again, it should be that dull, aching sensation that's manageable, you can work through, that like goes away at the end of your set, like maybe takes a couple seconds. It shouldn't be that sharp, stabby, pinchy pain. If that's happening, then back off, or maybe find something that does not make that happen, okay? Maybe combine something else, try the band, whatever it is, to avoid that lower back pain. Because prevention is key, and it's way better to prevent that kind of stuff and kind of stop right when it happens and like work through it, do it, and like push through the pain. That is not what we want. Okay? We only want to push through like the good kind of pain, which is hopefully you guys know the difference. We've been talking about it, like we talk about it all the time. But yes, so resting. We got distracted you a little bit. We have 2 more sets to go through, so we'll get through set number 3. When you guys are ready, again, back to the 1-arm rows, whatever version you are doing. So for those of you who are like feeling too much lower back, an option that I would give you is grab a chair or something, do our one with the knee and the arm support that we have done, that we do, actually we had them in the program quite regularly on Tuesdays, that supported 1-arm row. So it's just adding another level of support for that lower back. And then when you get to these ones, if you are doing the bent over ones, they'll be much more manageable because you won't have done that bent over position in the first set with that same support. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully someone out there watching this channels that at some point in their life when they're, you know, they slept funny or just woke up with a weird feeling back. It just happens, you guys. Same with knees. I always talk about knees and how to prevent that kind of stuff and pain in the knees. It's just so common. And so we will talk about it. All right, so once you're done your 3rd set, which I know you ain't yet, but you should be getting through it right now. We have 1 more round, and then we are moving on to the last parts of strength. And then we have our 16-minute conditioning circuits to finish you off. 16 minutes, yes. Unless my math Let me double check. Because I just, once you say it. Okay. 16, I knew it. All right, so doing it up for the back muscles. So as we go through these sets, you will definitely be feeling it more. Feeling those muscles I was talking about in your back. If you're still not thinking about it, helps for sure. If you're working with like super light weights or super light bands, you also might actually just have to make it harder. Pausing helps every exercise. I'm talking about it a lot, especially when we do like hip thrusts and stuff. I'm really on you guys about pausing and really focusing and thinking about it. And that comes down to really everything that you do with your muscles. When you're doing these exercises, you should be feeling the right things. And if you're not, you're most likely not working them. So if you're doing these rows and like you finish and like your arms are like, you feel like you just did like an arm workout, that's not good. Okay, you might feel them a little bit, but we want to be feeling more of that work in our back. And so if that's happening, and if you are feeling your arms, that's a problem, and you should definitely tell me about it first. Or you can try just simply trying to think about rowing more with your shoulder blades, because usually what happens when we're feeling those arms is because you're just pulling in the weight. We end up doing like a bicep curl to pull it in. That's where we get that chicken wing elbow situation going on that we're trying to avoid. Whereas if I pull my shoulders back, I get that 90-degree angle. And now I'm not actually using this. I mean, a little bit, yes, but I'm actually using my back. So we'll take that into our final set. So that way you guys get the most out of this last set. And that's fun. Okay. So let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Nice work, guys. Set number 3, set number 4. We're going to give you about 2 minutes, which is not a lot of time. So hopefully you are getting close to starting your last set, set number 4. Because you got 2 minutes to finish it up, which is like just enough time. Just enough. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably talk a little bit, so if you take a little longer, that's okay. All right. All right, guys. So, last set. Thinking about all those things. Getting a nice strong connection with our core, pulling our belly button, spine on these, using our exhale to pull those weights in. Lovely weights. All right. So we'll give you guys 1 more minute. If you are already done, you can just grab some water as you guys come to an end. You'll just rest, walk it off, keep all your stuff out, all of it. If you're using TRX's bands, we are gonna need them again for this last superset, this last pairing of exercises for our strength. Before we get all hot and heavy in our conditioning, yay. Which you guys know, you guys feel so good after those. That's why we do them. They're good for us. All right, so final set of these rows. You guys have 15 reps in on these rows. Neutral grip. Still something in my eye. I'm just having that big mirror beside me. Okay, so finishing up strong. Feeling all of the things. When you are done, grab yourself some water, walk it off. We're gonna move on to the last part here. Superset. This one is a little bit more fast-paced as we are not going to be taking any rest in between. We're just gonna go back to back through a time period. So I'm gonna set a timer for 8 minutes. Timer's gonna run. You guys have 2 exercises with a rep range, 12 to 15 reps. First one's all about your rear delts. So it's the back of the shoulders, these little muscles back here. So ideally, we want to do a wide grip row. Now, If you have a TRX, this is a great option because it's very lower back friendly. If you're using dumbbells, we could go back into this bent over position, but again, that for me, I would feel this too much. So what I would do instead is a band pull apart. As again, I don't need to use this at all, and I'm getting lots of work here, so it's just simply a better option for me. So lots of choices. Again, we can do a bent over, rear delt row, rear delt fly if you have something light. If you're using like soup cans or water bottles or something, you can keep the arms straight. If you're using dumbbells, we can pull those arms up to here. And again, if you are going to join me on the band pull aparts, we have 12 to 15 reps. These have a range. You can pick your poison, do 12, do 15, do 13, whatever you want to do. I'm going to press start on this timer, and then we are going to go through that. And right when you're done, we'll talk about the tricep exercise that we are going to pair this one with, okay? Are you ready? 8 minutes, starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. No beep, but it did start. Okay, so again, whatever version you're doing, we'll go through our reps. Nice, slow and controlled, normal tempo, 12 to 15. So I'll do 15 reps with this band here, trying to relax my shoulders. Maybe if I had a stronger band, I would stop at 12 if I felt like they would get a little bit ugly after 15. Another thing with this one is you start to feel too much in your neck and like trap area, in the upper neck area, or lower neck, I should say, upper shoulders. You should just maybe stop, because if you're not feeling right here, you're probably just using other muscles to help yourself do that. It's a little bit tired, so maybe just stick with 12, and that's good for that set. And we'll be back there, so you guys have lots of time. So with this one, we are doing a tricep extension. So I'm going to turn around and do my wall tricep extension that you guys know, that you know and I love. So that's the one where I have my arms like this, and I push myself up against the off of the wall, I should say. So if you don't have a wall that you want to put your grubby hands on and do this tricep extension, that's totally fine. You most likely have dumbbells. So you're going to lay on your back, up, and go through our tricep extension. Other options, we could do a dip off of a bench or a chair. We have the same range, 12 to 15. And those of you with bands, if this is all you got, we can hold the bands and then just push up one side, and you can count out about maybe 20 reps, 24, doing 10 to 12 per side, just because they take a little bit longer. So those are, you have so many options. You just pick one, okay? You just choose one of those. So again, the wall tricep is definitely the one I would do. Number one, sit on the chair to do the dips off of. But it's really challenging. It's a great one. So I kind of got to turn around here on you guys. But tippy toes, although you can't see my feet. And then we go on the forearms and we push ourselves off. Okay, so we know with this one that the lower we are on the wall, the further away our feet, the harder. The higher on the wall, the closer our feet, the easier. And a little tiny step makes a huge difference on this one. Okay, so 12 to 15. Now, that just took a solid amount of time to explain. You guys have just under 5.5 minutes left to go through as many rounds of these two exercises as you can. So we're going back to the first one, which is your rear delts, the back of the shoulders, the posture correcta, the one that's going to help us promote good posture, 12 to 15. And then we'll go back into the triceps and taking little to no rest in between, really just the time that it takes us to get there and start. Need a quick momentum to breathe. But we'll just try to get through this. You guys are most likely going to get 3, 4, maybe 5 sets in, depending on if you're choosing to do 12, depending on how much rest you take, because you might find that you need a little bit of rest. That's okay if you are taking rest. We'll try to do it at the end of the triceps. We'll try to keep it under 30 seconds, okay? And that can be, you can just, guess your 30 seconds. You don't have to actually time yourself. All right. We are officially halfway there. You guys have 4 minutes left to do this. So we'll get going on through these ones. Another option for your rear delts, for those of you who do not have any equipment, we can do our thumbs up, bent over, straight arm, rear delt squeeze, shoulder blade squeezes, very technical term. This is a really good one if you guys don't have equipment, have a friend, because we get gravity, which is pulling our arms down, so we have to use these muscles to pull them back up. We can just do a little pulse here, and you can count out those 12 to 15 reps. And a thumbs up. Ooh, and it burns. All of these burn. That was cat's gonna go on my computer. I don't know why. Cats just like to go on the keyboard. Like not even around it, they just like to lay on it. No. So funny. Okay. Doing it up as strong as we can. And breathing through your reps. 3 minutes left, you guys. 3 minutes to get this in before we start our last part. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Just gonna get all those endorphins released. You guys feeling so good. And on this rainy Tuesday, it's torrential up there. But actually kind of calm down a little bit. But. Okay, so let's do it. We are getting so close. Try to finish exactly the same as we started on these exercises. Nice work, you guys. There we go. It's not charging. Choose it. Okay. 2 minutes is probably enough time for you to get one more set of both of these in. So if you're just finishing up, do not stress because you still have time to do one more round to get that last one in. 12 to 15. Maybe you want to really go for that 15. Finish as strong as you can. Finish making it a little bit harder than you did on this last few sets that you did. Maybe walking your feet a little bit lower on that tricep extension. I was not kidding. A little step makes a huge difference on that one. All right. Minute and a half. Nice job, you guys. For the upper body, back of the arms, and posture, all the good things. There you go. We have 60 seconds left to go through this. Let's get it. Good job, you guys. Okay, so breathe. Let's do it. Finishing nice and strong. Using that exhale because you're going to need it on these last few reps when you're so tired like you are right now. Still, just somehow you push through, and you know if you can do that for yourself, you can feel way better after. And you're actually going to get stronger if you can do that, okay? 10 seconds left, you guys. That is all we need from you. So finish up this exercise, finish up this set, and then be done with it. Okay, grab yourself some water, walk it off, but don't go too far because you're gonna come back and join me for this conditioning circuit. And time. Nice work, you guys. Okay, so we are done the upper body strength. So woohoo, pat on the back for yourself, high five yourself. We're gonna move on to the final part here, which is running off of our infamous timer. So you guys are gonna be working with 60 seconds on, 20 seconds off, our normal 16-minute circuit. You guys have 3 exercises. We're repeating 4 sets total of these 3 movements, okay? So starting off with the first one, invisible ball slams. So welcome, hi, hello. You guys are gonna be going as hard as you can in these invisible ball slams for 1 minute. And then we're gonna take 20 seconds of rest. In that 20 seconds, I will explain the second exercise. And then we're going to do that as hard as we can for a minute. And then 1 more. And then we will repeat 4 rounds. And we are out of here. We are done. And we're going to feel so good after this, okay? This is the stuff that really does make us feel energized. So Ready? Okay, so invisible ball slams. Oh, we have been here before. Now, I've been recently talking about how to incorporate a towel, which I actually have here. And no one's downstairs, so I can make some noise. So if you want to actually have something physical to hold in your hands, if you want to kind of switch these invisible ball slams up, if you find them kind of boring, what you can do is grab this towel. You have no one downstairs, and you can actually like smack the towel down on the floor. Again, it just gives us a little bit of purpose in this one. Okay, rather than us just throwing an invisible ball at the floor. So yeah, not necessary, but kind of fun. All right. So what we're going to do is do this for 60 seconds. Are you guys ready? Starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That is you. So we're going to squat stance. I'm trying to exhale and be powerful on the way down. I want to squat and throw my arms down using my back muscles. Nice strong core to help avoid any arching or rounding in our back. We want to stay nice and straight here. And again, breathing. Nice posture. And we're going through this for 30 more seconds. You guys are halfway there. Okay. Nice work. Good job, you guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 15 seconds left. Breathing. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, next one, you're going to need some space. So you guys kind of saw there, I moved my weights out of the way. I'm just going to keep the phone out of the way. We have 10 by 10 jacks. So we're going to do 10 jumping jacks. And then go down and do 10 plank jacks. And then come up and do 10 jumping jacks. And here we go. So if you're low impact, you're going to tap and not jump and just go through 10 total, 5 per side. And then we'll step out and tap 10 total down here and 5 per side if you cannot do the jump. Okay? Whoo! Yeah, a little distracting. So you got to count in this one. Yes, we're counting 10 jumping jacks up, 10 plank jacks down, and we're going through as many times as we can of that, which you don't have to worry about counting, just count those jacks. But you guys have 25 seconds left to get through at least 2 more full cycles of this. I know you can, but you got to hustle for it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 10 seconds. Nice work, you guys. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice job. Okay, last one is our broad jump to back shuffle. So I'm going to come to the end of my mat, get myself into squat stance. I'll go down to that squat, arms go down, jump myself forward, and then I'm going to back pedal all the way back. So again, make sure that you have room around you. I kind of sketched myself out a little bit. I do this too close to dumbbell, so I'm just going to roll those guys out of the way. If you're low impact, we're going to sit down and step forward and then kind of go light on our toes on the way back. So we step forward and then light on the toes. Not necessarily jumping, but just not squatting as much. Whew, 30 seconds left. This one. And for real, I'm just gonna sorry about that, you guys. It's just eyelash or fluff or a cat hair. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. 10 seconds left. Pushing yourself on this first set. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that was it. First round. We're going to do that 3 more times, you guys. 3 more sets, and then we are done. Okay, so we're going back to this first one. Invisible ball slams. So get yourself set up. Squat stance. Slightly wider than squat stance. And then we'll go through these ball slams. Again, we're going to have a clear difference on the speed, on the intensity on the way down, as opposed to on the way up. On the way down, we want to be fast, powerful, explosive. On the way up, you want to be controlled, still moving quickly, but with control, kind of rebuilding, regenerating. And then you exhale, nice and powerful on the way down, okay? 30 seconds left. Let's do this. Okay, breathing, using your breath. You guys got it. These ones are so much harder than they look, especially if you actually do them with your full abilities, really pushing yourself as much as you can. 10 more seconds left. There it is. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good job, guys. All right, jacks on jacks, 10 by 10. So we're gonna go 10 jumping jacks and 10 plank jacks. With that little kind of sneaky athletic burpee in there. Yes, I know. On purpose, it's on purpose. All right, here we go, you guys. 10 jumping jacks, counting them out, trying to move quickly, not jumping our feet too wide. 10, and then if you're like me, if you're kind of tight on space, I'll just turn to the side, jump out, and then go through my 10, trying to keep my hips as stable as possible. Yes, they're gonna bounce a little bit, but we're trying to avoid too much bouncing or any lifting that wants to happen in our hips. 30 seconds. Halfway. Oh, yes. This is one. Okay, so at any point, you guys can kind of really customize this. You can stay up, just do jumping jacks. You can stay down, just do plank jacks. Okay, you can kind of pick your poison. We have 10 seconds left. We haven't been doing too much stuff on our wrists, but at any point, if you're feeling too much wrist stress, you could do this on your forearms. Or you could just do jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good job. All right, last one of our second set, our broad jump to back shuffle. Now in this one, it's a leg burner. There's some sneaky legs in here. Maybe a little residual from yesterday. We did our leg workout yesterday. Here we go, but we want to stay low. So from this one, we'll jump forward, and then we stay low in that back shuffle, and then we go back down to squat and jump forward. Back shuffle. So I never really stand up. Okay, unless you really have to, because like your legs are on complete fire and you're not going to make it, and you just need a second, then you can stand up and then try to get right back down into it and keep going through your reps, you know, as much as you can. But that is the goal eventually, to work ourselves up towards, is to stay low, get that butt down the entire time. 20 seconds left on this set. Yay! Okay, let's do it. 10 seconds, we'll go for a couple more, maybe one more, nice and strong. 3, 2, 1. Okay, nice work, guys. This is it, third set. We have 2 more to go through. 2 more sets. We're halfway. This is not it. We're halfway there. Set number 3, though, coming at you hot. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's do it. Invisible ball slams for the 3rd time. Okay, so now your body knows what's going on. Okay, we can really start to tap into that intensity, push yourselves a little bit harder, make yourselves feel that uncomfortable feeling, like we really want to stop. Okay, we borderline feel like we need to stop. But you can still push through it. That's where I want you guys to be. Okay? You're very uncomfortable, but still able to keep working. So not so uncomfortable that you actually have to stop. 30 seconds left. Okay, so pace to yourself. If you're feeling like you're going to gas out, slow down a little bit so that you can maintain. If you're feeling strong, you only got 20 seconds left, so let's go. Pick up your pace. A little bit faster, a little bit stronger exhale. Let's do it. 10 more seconds of it. 3rd set. We only have to do it one more time after this. And I know that's good news. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Good job, you guys. Moving on. The jacks. All the jacks. So 10 by 10, 10 jumping, 10 plank. Repeat. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, so low impact, we're trying to move quickly, and you're doing 10 total. You can count every one of those as 1. Same thing down in the plank position. All right. Let's do it. Good job, you guys. Oh, yes. Up and down. Trying to be in as much control as possible, but again, moving as quickly as we can. We are getting there. 20 seconds left. More than halfway. So we'll get maybe 2 more full cycles in up and down. Oh, yes. 15 seconds. Come on, you guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, finish it out. 10 of them. 5. There you go. And yay. Okay. Broad jump, back shuffle, and then we are on our last set. And then we are done. Yes. All right. So it's come to the end of our mats. Take a deep breath. Get yourself ready for this leg burning situation. We get ourselves down, arms down, butt down. Exhale. Land as soft as we can, and then we'll back shuffle back to where we started. Now, if I had the luxury of having more space, if I didn't have this right in front of me, maybe I would take more than 1 jump forward. I could do 2 or 3 broad jumps forward, and then I would back shuffle all the way back here. And it's pretty much the same. It just kind of is a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more interesting, a little different. And if you have space for it, then go ahead. 30 seconds left, though, to get this in, whatever space you've got. Whatever you're doing, high impact, low impact, let's do it as strong as we can. Get the legs going. Oh, they're going. 15 seconds, you guys. We are so close. 1 more round. Done. Done for the day. Almost there. And time. Nice work. Okay. This is it. This is it. Last set. Last round. 1 minute on each, and then we are done. So back to the first one, the ball slams. Last time, you are here today, this week. Yay. Let's go. Final set of them. Trying to finish stronger than we did. Stronger than we started. This last set is stronger than your first set. Can you do that for yourself? I think you can. There you go. Make sure you guys using that breath, using that exhale, your legs, arms, everything is moving together. We want to keep our core tight so we're not arching, rounding. Makes a really big difference on this one because we're having our arms go up. You're going to get some core work in here if you think about it and if you tighten it up. So 20 more seconds to get that nice and strong. To finish this one strong. Good job. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, go for 5 more. Oh, I said 5, let's go. We gotta hustle for those. Yes, come on. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Yay. Ball slams are officially done, you guys. Nice work. So let's get these jacks in. 10 jumping, 10 plank, alternating back and forth for 1 minute. And that starts in 5 seconds. So get yourself ready. You want to start down the plank, up and jumping, whatever you're going to do. Let's do it, you guys. Come on. 10 of them, 10 jumping jacks, followed by 10 plank jacks. Okay, so we're trying to, again, crank up our intensity, trying to push ourselves a little bit harder, a little bit faster. Let's go. There you go. So trying to transition between these two as quickly as possible, just with that jump in, jump out, not taking too much time between them. Because you're halfway there, 30 seconds left. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Staying light on your feet, light on your toes. Let's do it. Thinking about smaller hops, but faster ones, more of them. 15 seconds, you got this. 1 more whole cycle, both of those, 10 and 10. Oh, let's go. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work, guys. All right, last one. The broad jump to back shuffle. That's the last. I don't know. Definitely the most burning for last. All right, so come to the end of your mat. Get yourself ready to broad jump to back shuffle, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So we're trying to stay light on our feet. I feel like it's super hard to land solid up here. I'm on the second floor, used to being on the ground floor. But trying to land as soft as possible, trying to make as little noise as possible, not for the sake of the people in the house, although that matters, but for the sake of your joints. The softer you can land, the more friendly it's going to be in your knees, your ankles, your hips, all of the above. 30 seconds left, my friends. Let's finish strong. You are almost there. Stay with us. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on us. Stay strong. 15 more seconds. Just breathe. Get through like 3 more of these. Yeah, let's go. Yes, 2 more. Come on. Push yourself. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. And you guys are so very done. Timer is off. Yay, nice work. Okay. So we are going to take the next minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, somewhere in there to just rest. Recover, breathe, let our heart rates come down, come back to that more normal feeling. So if you guys need, grab some water. Walking will help this a lot. So stay moving, even if you only have this much space, even if I just kind of walk, back and forth, it's going to help my heart rate come down and everything happen a lot quicker than if I just stand here and like heel over and like ponder my life down here to sit down. That's not going to help me recover as efficiently, effectively. Just trying to say both those words at the same time. So keep it moving. Walk it all, you guys. When you're feeling more like a normal person, like you can hold down a conversation, if I came to ask you a question, then you can join me on these stretches. Most importantly is our chest and shoulders, as it always is on Tuesdays when we do our push-ups and all of our pressing forward stuff. And so I have my hand on the wall. I'm going to turn my body away from the wall, away from my hand, to get that nice stretch down the front of my chest here. So I'll show you guys on this bookshelf here. And so, yes, stretching the chest. If you have a door frame or a corner, you can do both hands at once. Save yourself some time. And we'll hold this for at least a minute. Okay, so if you're doing one side, we'll hold a minute over here, a minute on the other side. That's why doing both saves time, because you can just hold that 1 minute. In addition to your chest, lower back, upper back, the whole back, you want to stretch that out as well. So I'm going to do this down on the floor, hands and knees. So once you guys are done that one, maybe you haven't even started yet because you're still feeling quite hot and heavy, that's completely fine. Super simple one. We've been there so many times, so you guys know that one. Just be sure to hold it for that minute on both sides, and you'll get the benefit of that stretch. So the other one, again, forward and back. We can come down here, round up, and then sit on our heels, walk our hands away, which is going to give us that nice big stretch down our entire back. Mid back, upper back, lower back, and you guys can take your time down here, again, spending maybe about a minute, at least 30 seconds in the stretch. If you have sensitive knees, maybe you don't like sitting like that, you can grab yourself a chair, put your hands up on the chair so that your knees don't bend so much, and you can try it like that. So those are the 2 that I would highly recommend. If you guys do see anything else, throw in. If you want to stretch out your shoulders, crossing your body like this, okay, behind the back, and if you are wanting more of that opening on the front here, if you know your posture is something that you are working on, if you're trying to stand up more straight and not be so kind of rounded forward, welcome to the club, because I know myself and I slouch like crazy. And so I'm constantly working on stuff, not only exercises, but also stretches to help set my shoulders where they should be and overall help me stand up more straight, okay? So this one, good one, or maybe even just going back and doing a second set of your static chest stretch. Hopefully you guys feel good, Okay, you are done with me for today. Thank you so much for joining me, coming out, doing this workout with me, whether it was live or on the replay. You guys are awesome. Hopefully you all have a great day. And if you were watching the replay, please drop a comment below so I know you were here. We are back tomorrow. We have our full body conditioning workout and then upper lower. Yay! Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!